Pepper says, are you ready to declutter another section in this basement? I know I am. Last time in this basement, we decluttered right here in front of the fireplace, opening up another section in this space. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start decluttering right over here. I started bringing home stuff from the storage facility. So I kind of stacked some of it over here because I knew that I was going to start decluttering. And it's mixed with other things that we kind of have to declutter and reorganize anyway. So for today, this is the section that we're going to focus on. So when I get started, to avoid getting overwhelmed, I just scan the area and see where can I start decluttering. And it's going to be with this box right here. Now, the tray, I love the tray. We're going to keep the tray, but we're going to focus on the paper right underneath of it. And oh my goodness gracious, yes, this is very old. This is from my college years and a very old scrunchie. Yeah, that is a tossy right away. So this storage box is clearly from college. So of course we're going to recycle this. And oh my goodness, I ripped this out of a magazine because I loved how it was organized. I could already tell it was a butterfly back then because I loved how you could see all your purses and shoes. Yep, always been a butterfly, just never realized it. But a lot of this paperwork is definitely going to be recycled, a tossy, even though this is bringing up so much nostalgia because in college I was so passionate about saving the rainforest, and I can still do that today. And I'm definitely making sure I'm recycling all the paper. Okay, so if anybody is wondering why would somebody spend hundreds of dollars each and every month to rent a storage facility to put paper trash and miscellaneous items in there? Well, to begin, I didn't have to pay for it. It was a space that couldn't be rented out, so I temporarily used it for my stuff with the intention that sure, on my lunch break and I'll stay an hour after work to go through the things, and just never did. That's why I'm bringing them back here, because I'm actually going through the items when I do a basement decluttering video. But to circle back around as to why would somebody pay all that money, it seems like a waste. The answer is because you will pay any amount of money to self-soothe your fear, your anxiety, your depression, your PTSD. It's a coping mechanisms for all that pain that you're feeling, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's an escape. So it doesn't feel like a waste of money when it is calming you down, when you are feeling better, when the anxiety stops, when the depression stops, when you feel happy again. So how do we overcome this if it is our coping mechanism? Well, we're already working on it because we're starting our baby step decluttering. We're decluttering what feels good in our heart. And right now, I, believe it or not, feel good letting this go. I wanted to recraft it into something different, but I never had this for years. It's time to let this go. The second thing is that I am honoring my emotions and allowing myself to process them, because before I didn't want to feel them. I didn't want to deal with it. I ran away from it and took those emotions and stored them in an item in the basement or a storage facility. And as for these throw pillows, I made the decision to actually keep them because I would love to have a living area down here with a couch and be able to have some comfortable pillows down here. Moving on to the next box, it is not a surprise paper and a very old Walmart bag. And inside of it is a very old watch that is not mine. It must be hubby's. And I'm going to let hubby make the decision to whether to keep this or let it go. And of course, the rest of this is paper with an envelope on top that is actually, oh my gosh, it is old diaper codes. Now, when Brandon was a baby, I used to save these diaper codes, redeem them at Pampers to collect whatever gift that was. And this was a way of me feeling abundant because we were financially struggling back then. And that was one of the many reasons why I held on to paper and never let it go, because the coupons and all those special deals made me feel like I was prosperous and that I was contributing to the family. And because I was saving money on necessities that we needed and providing for the family, that boosted my self-confidence within. And many of you know that I had a big challenge with my self-worth and my self-confidence that stems back to the years when I was bullied during middle school. And that was one of thousands of stories and emotions that I have attached to things during my lifetime. And now with my emotional support kitty by my side, let's start over on this side. Now, I know I want to keep these frames. They're definitely sentimental to me. There's a lot of pictures and there's a lot of very old photos. But this random bag of Pokemon sleeves, we can give them away. Same with the paper. Now, these old books are over 10 years old and I actually feel good giving them away. I do. I feel good giving them away, but I do have a sentimental attachment to my children's adventure Bible, so I will have that as a keepsake. And this picture is of a very young Miss Hart as a new mommy with baby Brandon. So yes, that is very sentimental. So what I'm going to do is rough organizing. I'm going to grab one of my empty tubs from the yard sale and I'm going to carefully store all of my older picture frames away. This actually helps me declutter more because I know exactly where my extremely sentimental items are. And moving right along, this candle has seen better days, so we'll let this go. Same with these envelopes. I don't really need them. This bag in here, we can also let this go. Now, for me to finally get to this space of letting all these items go, I've been doing a lot of the internal work. I recognize what triggers me, and I also realize that a trigger shows you where your wounds are, and your wounds will show you your path to start healing. Since I have been working through those past childhood traumas and unprocessed emotions, I've been able to let go of a lot more things as I release those emotions alongside of it. And this can help you in any struggle that you are going through right now. I just happen to have hoarding disorder. That's my coping mechanism. Your coping mechanism may be the same or it may be completely different, but it's still the same strategy. And next up is this big old blue tub, which I have a pretty good idea of what is inside of it. Oh yeah, baby toddler toys. Okay, so clearly this tub is extremely sentimental because it has baby toys in there. And where I'm at right now is that I'm still processing the emotions of miscarriages. I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling that I don't have little ones and I'm out of that seasons of babies and toddlers and even 5, 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds. I have older boys now, they're getting older. And though I love the season that they're in, I feel like I'm mourning that season because I loved when they were little so much. And I have to honor my emotions where they are, right? I'm still working through it. So if I need to hold on to this tub a little longer, it's okay. And maybe I'll do a KonMari method on all their baby items so I can really identify which ones are my favorite and, you know, let go of the other ones. But I just want everyone to recognize that if you're not ready to let something go, it's okay. Honor where you are. We've gotten rid of so much other stuff. So if we kind of get stuck on the baby toys and need to process that a little longer, it's okay because we're continuously taking those steps forward. And it's more important to honor those emotions so that we don't
backslide, and regress. It's okay. Give yourself grace.
And now it's time to start sweeping up the floor and celebrate the victory that we had today, because we had a huge tossy pile this episode. A lot of it was from the storage bin and a lot of it is also paper, but it is still a victory because all of this we're letting go of in a positive light. And of course, it's so important that I recycle all of this as best as we can. And it's also another victory because it is another moment that we're reconditioning our nervous system that we are still safe if we let all of this go. And I also want to make sure that I record throwing away all of the items just to be accountable for when that ADHD decides to not complete the task. And now me and Miss Pepper get to show you the newly opened up space in this basement. We're doing our baby step decluttering, letting go what feels right in our heart. And as you can see over time, we're opening up these spaces. And guess what? 2023, oh yeah, we're going to have this basement completely cleared out. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to declutter and clean something in your home today too.